board were hurt, and officials are investigating what caused the crash.
Wow. All right, well, Sunday is the season 5 finale of This Is Life with Lisa Ling. And Lisa explores this really unique community. Here's a look.
Just stabilize me here.
The moment Lindsay puts on that suit, the shaking stops, and Lelia comes alive.
When I first imagined this character, I imagined her just like me, so kind of shy and withdrawn. But it was very quickly that I realized the costume had a life of its own. The shyness was just gone.
Yeah.
Twice a month, Josh and Lindsay hop in the car and head to one of her charity events.
All good?
I just get super excited every time I put it on. I'm gonna go out there and perform and make people happy.
In the neighborhood, like, what's going on? There's a giant dog driving around.
Watch This Is Life with Lisa Ling, Sunday at 10 Eastern, right here on CNN. Okay, we're back at 10 Eastern for CNN Newsroom.
Smirkanish is next with you, though.
I'm Michael Smirkanish in Philadelphia. We welcome our viewers in the United States and around the world. Finally, 11 days later, only a few seats remain undecided in the midterms, and the blue wave did indeed wash over the House. The new freshman class has descended on D.C. for a congressional boot camp. I'll get the inside scoop from one of them about her first days on the Hill. And many demonized her as the intern who led a president to impeachment. Now she's speaking out in a new documentary. In the Me Too era, will Monica Lewinsky finally get her moment of respect? Plus, the Amazon headquarters sweepstakes are over, and 2 cities are $2.8 billion poorer. So why do cities keep spending billions to cannibalize one another? And really? Hillary running again in 2020? Well, that's what 2 former Clinton cohorts are saying in a Wall Street Journal op-ed. I'll ask one of them if he thinks anybody else agrees. But first, next week is Thanksgiving. If you tune in that Saturday and I'm not here, I might be serving 5 years or paying a $10,000 fine. Apparently, I violated Pennsylvania election law during the midterms by not voting twice. Now, as you evaluate my transgression, please keep in mind that voting for me is sacrosanct. I've never missed an election for which I've been eligible to vote since turning 18. And I'm kind of itching for a fight, because I want to shed light on and change my state's regressive voting laws, and your state's too. I've previously talked on this program about how restrictive Pennsylvania voting is. Unlike many other states where there's early and/or mail-in balloting, you can only vote on Election Day itself here. My state's absentee process is notoriously restrictive. You have to have provable cause, sickness, disability, religious observance, or swear that you'll be physically absent from your town on Election Day. Even Philly's firefighters and EMTs can't vote absentee just because they're working round the clock in the same municipality in which they reside. So let's get to my alleged crime. I ended up in violation of this warning on the absentee ballot application. Quote, if you are able to vote in person on Election Day, you must go to your polling place, void your absentee ballot, and vote there. Well, this year I was scheduled to cover the midterms from Washington here on CNN. So I legitimately applied for an absentee ballot and truthfully filled it out. I received it, returned it on time. I then worked Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in Washington. I was planning on staying in D.C. on election night. I even had a hotel room booked. But it turned out I was able to go back to Philadelphia that afternoon, arriving before the polls closed at 8 p.m. And that's what made me a criminal, because I did not visit my polling place to cancel my absentee ballot and vote again. In other words, to make my vote legal, I was expected to vote twice. Variations on this theme, they cropped up in many states this election, like the rejection of ballots due to signatures not matching exactly. Instead of welcoming participation, we tend to stifle it, with closed primaries, no early voting, and making absentee voting difficult. And I think it's deliberate to hold down the vote. On election morning from Washington, I watched live coverage of voters standing in line in the rain to vote in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, the seat of a hotly contested congressional race. And when I tweeted that the long lines and weather were yet another reminder of why this state needs to change its rules, I was pleased to receive a retweet from the state's Auditor General, Eugene DePasquale, who formerly served in the legislature. He said this: "I introduced it legislatively in 2009. Needs to happen." Amen. I might call him in my defense. In the meantime, I've already found a lawyer to represent me, so bring it on. Now, there was a legendary line at the end of that 1972 classic movie, The Candidate, starring Robert Redford.